everybody, welcome back to Ginatopia. Well, while I'm on the roll of making a couple of videos, I thought I would go ahead and film this one too. This is a video that I've also seen going around YouTube. This is your top 10 prettiest palettes. So I've gone through my drawers and I've got a few more palettes that I think are really, really pretty. But I didn't want too many by one brand. So I kind of went back through it and decided that these would be my top 10 prettiest palettes. So let's just get started, and if you agree with me, put what you think down below as your top 10, and we'll just get started with my top 10 prettiest palettes. The first one I think is by Fairy Tale Storybook Cosmetics. It is the Once Upon a Time book. Look at that, how pretty. Isn't that beautiful? I just think it is so pretty. I was just looking at it. It is beautiful. And they lived happily ever after. Oh, what a beautiful thought. But here's what it looks like on the inside. You have a mirror. There's your palettes. It's awful thick, but it is beautiful. I just love to look at it. This is the Little Briar Rose book. And I would love to have several of these to line up on my shelves, but they are so gorgeous. You just can't help but admire it when you see it. It's beautiful. My second palette that I think is so pretty, it is my Winky Luxe Kitten palette. And I love this. The kitten lover or the cat lover in me has to choose this palette. I love it. It is so beautiful. It's got little kittens all over it, little calico kittens. And the inside of the palette has some beautiful shades as well. No mirror. I think a mirror would have been a great addition to this palette. But that is my Winky Luxe Kitten palette for all of us kitty lovers. I don't know who's got my phone blowing up over there. The next palette that I think is absolutely gorgeous is by Urban Decay. It is the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette. I just think that is beautiful. I think Urban Decay does a beautiful job on their packaging. The shades on the inside really reflect what is on the outside. So I think this is a beautiful packaging that reflects well what you have on the inside, outside. Beautiful, beautiful packaging. I just love that. I think it's beautiful. So that would be number 3. Number 4 is also an Urban Decay palette. It is the Naked Honey palette, and look at that. That is stunning beauty also. It's beautiful. It's raised. You can feel that texture. Beautiful. And when you open it up, it does not disappoint either. A beautiful palette on the inside as well as the outside. So Urban Decay Naked Honey, also a gorgeous palette. Had to be in my top 10. Here's a palette that I've yet to try. I've accidentally gouged my finger in it, but I've not tried. It is the Moods palette by Laura Sanchez. I think this is a really cute palette. When you open it up, there goes the brush. Here is what it looks like. I just think that is so adorable. I love that packaging. And here's what the inside looks like. You have a nice large mirror, and you have your shades and a couple of highlighters. Really pretty. But I think the packaging on this palette is really, really pretty. And I really like that. Even the little sleeve is really pretty. That's the reason I kept it in the sleeve, because I just thought that was really cute. So that had to be in my top. Here is one by Profusion. I think this is so pretty. It's glitter, and you see the mirror behind it that says metals behind that. I just think the packaging on this is a really pretty packaging for a very inexpensive palette. I think they really outdid themselves on that packaging. It says Mixed Metals by Profusion, and I just think the packaging is gorgeous. The shades on the inside are pretty too. You've got a really nice mirror. So this is a really pretty palette by Profusion, and like I said, I think it is really, really a pretty substantial palette for an inexpensive palette. I just love the packaging on that. Had me at glitter, then you've got that mirror. Beautiful. Next is a couple of palettes by ColourPop. This is the X's and O's palette. Isn't that gorgeous? It is so romantic with all the beautiful roses. Open it up, that's what it looks like. The rose theme carries on to the inside where you have beautiful, beautiful color shades. I tell you, this palette is gorgeous. It almost ended up in my top 10 if I could say top 10 palette. The color selection is so gorgeous. But I had a whole different mindset when I was selecting, so this one got nudged out by the Naked Cherry, but this is a beautiful, beautiful palette and just so romantic looking. The next one is also by Disney. This is the designer collection, or by ColourPop. It is a Disney designer collection. It's a princess thing palette. And isn't that so cute? When I first saw this palette, I didn't care what colors it had on the inside. I had to have that. And I am not a big Disney person or a big princess person. I just thought this palette was so cute. But when you open it up on the inside, there's the signatures of all the princesses, and then there are some gorgeous shades on the inside. And let me tell you, that is the prettiest black I have. It has just got beautiful glitters in it. It's got blues and purples and greens and golds. Gorgeous, gorgeous black glitter. And just a gorgeous palette. And you see why that ended up in my top 10. For me, anyway. The next palette is a very controversial palette, but you cannot deny that it is a gorgeous palette. It is by Kat Von D. It is the 10th anniversary palette. I think this is her last palette that has her original artwork on it. And you have to admit, this palette is gorgeous. I don't care whether you like Kat Von D or not. This palette is a stunning palette. The artwork is gorgeous. It's framed in gold. It's got gold on the back. And when you open it up, the shades on the inside are gorgeous with a large mirror. So, like her or not, this palette is a stunning palette, and I just had to include it in my top 10. And last but not least is, I think, the prettiest palette I own. I give it a 10 on the scale of shineability. It is by Dose of Colors. It is a Desi and Katie Francation palette. Just look at that. Just take a second and look at that. Is that not gorgeous? And then you open it up, you have a mirror, and then you have gorgeous shades. Absolutely gorgeous. This blue reflects purple. I mean, it's just amazing. I had never really seen how purple that shade was till I'm sitting right here looking at it, because when I look at it head on, it is blue, but sitting here, it is purple. That green is stunning. I think it's called Dirty Money. I can't see it without my glasses, but I think it's called Dirty Money. This palette is a beautiful neutral palette. You've got these 3 shimmer shades over here. That one that reflects blue purple is gorgeous. I'm going to have to try that more than I have, because I don't think I have appreciated how gorgeous that shade is till just now. But even without these 2 shades right here, which is why I didn't buy the palette for those 2 shades. I bought it for that right there, because normally these are not shades right here that I use. But this palette, a gorgeous palette, and I had to have it when I saw the color layout of it, except for those 2 shades. But now that I'm looking at that, I think I'm going to give it a try. So these are my top 10 prettiest palettes. Tell me what your top 10 are down below. If you've got a channel, do this video. I think it was a lot of fun going through my palettes and just flipping through them and looking and thinking, oh, that's beautiful. Do I want that one? Do I want this one? So I've got the Francation palette. I've got the Kat Von D 10th anniversary palette. I've got the Disney It's a Princess Thing palette. I've got the Naked It's Honey palette. I've got the Naked Cherry palette. I've got the X's and O's palette. If you know that song, X's and O's. Did a terrible job trying to sing that. Profusion Mixed Metals. I just think that is a really pretty palette. I don't think I've ever seen anybody else with this on their channel. I've got the Laura Sanchez Moods palette. That came in one of my boxes. I think BoxyCharm, really pretty palette. I need to use that, break that out and use that for this spring. I have my Wiki Lux. It's a kitten palette. Love that. And then I have the Briar Rose Fairy Tale Cosmetics Little Briar Rose book. Once upon a time, and they lived happily ever after. Oh, what a beautiful dream. But anyway, look at that. You just can't help but smile when you see how pretty that is. Like I said, I'd love to have a whole shelf of those. Just beautiful. Anyway, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit the little notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And list the 10 down below for me, like I said before. And remember, share the love, not the hate. I am just dreading getting up and pushing off these 2 bad legs. Anyway, let's do this as gracefully as possible. Remember, you all, share the love, not the hate. Stay safe during this COVID event. And I think the United States is trying to get back on their feet. Just to continue to wear your mask, wear your gloves, and stay safe. Remember, I love you from the bottom of my heart. And here I go.